Aries. Aries symbol: the moon spends the day in your work and health sector, dear Aries, and you can feel the need to get organized. A focus on daily routines can be comforting. However, today's Mercury-Jupiter opposition suggests some back and forth or vacillation. There can be an emphasis on work, health, or routine matters, but decisions about these things don't come particularly easily. You might find that letting go of the pressure to come to a conclusion or decision improves everything, even your practical affairs, which can benefit from added imagination and intuition. Details may not be apparent or precise, but the bigger picture can inspire you. Taurus. Taurus symbol: you arriving at interesting insights this week, dear Taurus, but you may need to do some sorting between fact and fiction before you get there. For best results, it's best to tame impulsiveness today. You seem to need more mental space and freedom than usual, and a change of scenery or routine can keep things fresh. It's important to keep your perspective and some healthy skepticism right now, so do your best to avoid jumping to a quick conclusion about someone in your life. Take care of minor issues that assume bigger proportions in your mind simply because you may have put them off for too long. You're at your best when you're pursuing what makes you happy, and your powers of attraction run high. Gemini. Gemini symbol: the moon spends the day in your home and family sector, favoring close relationships and domestic activities, dear Gemini. However, with many options in front of you today, it may be best to sort out priorities. If you're waiting on something to happen, it's likely to be a tense day. However, if you have a goal in mind, you can manage this energy and be productive. A boss, person in authority, or family may not be seeing things the same way as you, or professional goals might collide with personal ones as Mercury and Jupiter face off today. Aim to enjoy new ideas that keep you feeling enthusiastic, but consider that details will need more attention later. Tensions lie in overblown expectations right now, and it's hard to see eye to eye with a special someone temporarily. Cancer. Cancer symbol: your ability to listen and observe comes in especially handy today, dear Cancer. A Mercury-Jupiter transit can mean people are too busy expressing themselves to hear others right now, but reaching a middle ground can be rewarding and instructional. Watch for going overboard or expecting far too much from a situation. You can be excited and optimistic about your plans and projects, and it's best to remember to keep things moderate. Aiming for quality over quantity makes sense now, and it's a good idea to try to sort between the ideas and information you need and those that are mere distractions. Leo. The moon spends the day in your resources sector, dear Leo, and you're inclined to pay special attention to a pet project, business venture, or financial planning and thinking. Still, with Mercury opposite Jupiter, push-pull energy can play with your perceptions. The tendency to think in big terms and fantasize about ideal scenarios is strong, particularly with money and relationships. You may need to cut things back and pay more attention to practical matters, as tricky as it may be right now. Aim to do your research before investing time and energy into something, but allow yourself to expand your mind. Today can be great for new ideas and visions but sketchy with details. Virgo. The moon spends the day in your sign, dear Virgo, and feelings are in the spotlight. It can be difficult to see past the moment temporarily. Your ruler, Mercury, forms tricky aspects today, and disagreements or misperceptions can figure strongly. Watch that you don't talk ahead of yourself, leading to regret later for what you say or commit to now. Aim to be discriminating about what you express for best results. Others might oppose your plans or compete to communicate when sharing ideas rather than listening to one another. Enthusiasm runs high, but it's not a fabulous day for genuinely being heard and understood. Libra. There can be some mental agitation today, but transits can also serve up some good feelings, dear Libra. Pulling yourself away from problems or a tendency to overthink can give you a better perspective today. Enthusiasm is a good thing, but sometimes it can lead us to take on more than we can reasonably manage. An opposition between Mercury and Jupiter can illustrate this point. Enjoy the optimism and allow and open your mind to possibilities. Try to tackle things one at a time rather than wear yourself out. Scorpio. The moon spends the day in your solar 11th house, dear Scorpio, and your need for non-competitive outlets for self-expression emerges. Sometimes a good mood can lead to overestimating or taking on too much, and a Mercury-Jupiter opposition makes it more likely today. Watch for exaggeration ruining a good thing. Areas of excess may need a closer look, but allow yourself to think in bigger terms than usual if only to stretch your mind and entertain a broader range of possibilities. There can be some drama in your social circle, and perhaps someone wants your attention. It's not a strong day for financial planning or solid decision-making with too much inconsequential information flying around. Sagittarius. The moon spends the day in your solar 10th house, dear Sagittarius, and you're pouring a bit more heart into your performance, ambitions, and goals. You can feel happily motivated to do your best, looking for ways to improve your work, reputation, or projects. Today's Mercury-Jupiter opposition inclines to some excess. The tricky balance between your personal life and outside responsibilities can be in focus, and you might feel the pinch if you've been overshooting or expecting results too soon. Someone could be vying for your attention, but it's not especially straightforward to reach agreements or compromises. Capricorn. You crave increased space and light on an emotional level today, dear Capricorn. Expanding your mind or your personal experiences can be in focus. If you've been overshooting with daily activities, this is a time for seeing the excesses and making adjustments. While you should watch for holding on too closely to opinions, you're generating new ideas and learning to put more faith in your long-term plans. It can be challenging to see the bigger picture without first dealing with some distractions or frustrating details today, but an overview is what you're seeking now. Long-term plans may seem less doable. Watch for mistakes from ignoring important details or paying too much attention to those that don't matter. Aquarius. There's a slapdash approach to thinking today that should put you on the alert, dear Aquarius. Entertaining both practical and emotional or spiritual perspectives works best. Consider that you may reach a far-out idea before discovering a truth today. It may have to do with a financial or intimate matter with Mercury and Jupiter moving into opposition across your resources and sharing sectors. Take your time before making big decisions, but enjoy a mental exercise now, as thinking in bigger terms than usual can serve you well. Consider that you might have something useful to learn from someone else's perspective, even if you don't fully agree with it. Pisces. With the moon in your partnership sector, dear Pisces, you tend to prefer sharing your ideas or activities with someone rather than going it alone for now. Relationships frequently help us see ourselves a little more clearly, and today can be one of those times. However, a Mercury-Jupiter opposition active today can stimulate a disagreement before getting to a helpful perspective. Without a clear direction, you may feel restless, and letting go of overthinking helps you see the bigger picture. Aim to consider that you're learning through your differences and finding new motivation to get past obstacles. If you strive to enjoy the moment without borrowing from the future, you can have fun today.